Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Ultima 7, The Black Gate. In the last episode, we were used as a hitman, a murderer, by Rankin to kill his clerk because she had seen that he had made some comments. Note to self, Rankin is not to be trusted, no matter what happens. It's time for us to head on to the Lyceum. I'm still not feeling really good about the whole Rankin thing. That's just a rock. It's a cool looking rock. What is that? That was a little fox. Did you see the fox? Where did the fox go? There he is. Look at him. Frank the fox. You see a fox standing on his hind legs, staring directly at you. Hello? My name is Frank, devout follower of honesty. He makes a slight bow. There's a talking fox in this town. This game, Sherry's a mouse. Why not? And who wouldst thou be? I'm Grug. It is good that thou didst tell me. One should always be honest in one's dealings with others. By the by, thy voice crackles too much. Okay, what's your job? He says, am on a quest for honesty. He sniffs the air and then turns to you. By the by, thou mightest have more friends if thou didst bathe a little more often. Ooh, someone's a little too honest. Bathed? Yes, as in take a bath. I must inform thee that thou dost truly stink. Friends? Speaking of thy friends, I have heard that thy companion, Dupre, is a drunken sot. Hey, I don't think... Yes, from what I have been told, that Dupre has no will when confronted by a tankard of, well, anything. As a matter of fact, thou hast fairly poor taste in companions overall. I am glad thou dost ask about companions, my lord. Thy friend, Yolo, charges far too much for his bows. Perhaps thou couldst have a chat with him. Too much? What dost thou mean, too much? His bows and crossbows just aren't of the quality that it's worth the kind of gold he charges. He takes a step back. Gats, they breathe. Thy breath could gag an ox. Thou shouldst consider taking better care of thy teeth, or thy fellows will leave thee. My teeth. That is the reason for thine offensive mouth odor. I have not seen anything that yellow since the time thy fellow Shamino ran away from a battle in fear. Wow. This fox is asking for it. Thou must be mad. Shamino turns to you. This rogue needs to be taught a lesson. And thy friend Shamino, Grug, has quite a bellicose temper. And, he pauses peering very closely at your face, I never noticed how large thy nose is. 'Tis amazing thou canst find enough air to breathe. My nose? Well, let's go with nose. Truly quite large, and not in the least bit attractive. Bellicose. Yes, bellicose, warlike, angry. If thou dost not know that, I believe thou needest to improve thy vocabulary. Thou art too unschooled. Unschooled? Trust me, my lord, thou art too ignorant to argue with me. Oh, this is too much! Goodbye. Buddy, thou hast the manners of a pig. 'Tis not polite to break conversation so abruptly. You are the rudest fox I've ever met. Impolite jerk. Alright. What do we got going on here? We got lots of people. Let's start with this little room. And this fellow. Did you know you have a fox outside that needs to be killed? Where are you going? I'm trying to talk to you. Hey, it's that guy's brother. Salutations, Grug. Name. Thou mayest call me Nelson. Job. I am the Lyceum head here in Moonglow, but he leans close to you. Mine assistant Zelda does most of the work. Okay, Moonglow. I love the island and the people. Mostly the people. The people? Hast thou met my twin brother? He heads the observatory here, and somewhere in the Lyceum thou canst find Maria. Sadly, she is not well up here. He touches his head. Aw, no, Maria's got the mage sickness. Lillian, the sage, also studies here in the Lyceum. A good person to see, Gillian, to see about other residents of Moonglow would be the bartender at the Friendly Knave. Fiercy knows almost all of us here on the island. Oh, and thou must not forget the legend of Penumbra. 'Twas 200 years ago she cast herself into a deep slumber. Now that I think about it, Grug, thou art the one she predicted would awaken her. Better hasten, my lord, he chuckles. Zelda? She's an excellent assistant. The Lyceum has never performed better. However, she's a little too stern, I believe, and, he leans in again, I think she's quite beautiful. Oh, your twin. His name is Brion. People often mistake us for each other, but I think we are nothing alike. He got all the looks and the brains. I get it. Maria. She was once an adept mage, but ever since the wizards began losing their faculties, she followed suit. Jillian. She rarely has time for visitors, but I know she takes on students every now and then. Fiercy. That one keeps up on the politics, or rather his gossip. He says, grinning, if thou dost want to learn about the residents of Moonglow, visit him. Penumbra. Interesting enough, no one has ever discovered how to enter her house. I believe those mysterious signs on the door require one to have specific items to place next to the plaques. Stern. Zelda has put an extraordinary amount of time and effort into ensuring the activities in this edifice happen smoothly, and, he adds, she takes it personally when they do not. And she's hot. Dost thou not agree? I am flushed whenever her fair presence passes by, but, he holds up his index finger, I fear she does not share a mutual attraction. She is far too serious for me to feel comfortable with a proposal. Ooh, alright, well, bye. Of course, thou mayst have free reign of the building, but first, he grins, let me show thee my... Oh, he wants to show me all his stuff. Bookstand. This solid brass bookstand is matching overhanging candle holder for late night exploration in literature. I invented it myself. Ah, that's cool. Bookmark. He appears upset. I knew someday that would be stolen, he says angrily. I should have known better than to show it to every person who comes to visit. I didn't steal your bookmark. Quill holder. The quill holder is gone? He exclaims. And what about the... He seems to be searching for something. The matching scroll opener is also missing. Someone is stealing this dude's stuff. Have we been here already? The book. He gingerly pulls out a leather-bound tome. From his robe, he removes a handkerchief and meticulously wipes away the dust. This was given to me by Lord British himself. See, 'tis the first edition. The book he carefully places in your palms is very old, and the gold leaf plating of the title has been almost entirely rubbed off. Turning the book right side up, you can read the title, Stranger in a Strange Land. Ah, nothing. Goodbye. Good day, my lord. Thou, of course, dost have free reign of the Lyceum. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. We got Murder by Bong Mat, we've read before. Ultima, the Avatar Adventures. Within the page of this tome are the details of the many adventurous exploits of the Avatar, beginning with after the destruction of Exodus. The details within this book are amazingly accurate. The description should prove to be surprisingly vital. A Baker's Handbook. The fundamentals for baking all come from knowledge of how to perform one simple task. Baking bread. Cat, why are you attacking the phone? Leave the phone alone. If thou art able to do that, thou canst bake anything from meat pies to tarts for thy guests. It is important to set the flour first upon the table. Many bakers prefer to manipulate the dough on the hearth itself, but I prefer preheating the hearth. It makes for more thorough baking, so it is not possible to. The flour, add water, and mix until the two are well combined. The dough should be damp enough to be kneaded easily, but it should not be runny. Now is the time to place the dough on the hearth and bake it. After but a few minutes, thou wilt have quite tasty bread to eat. Now the next item will prove a true treat for thy loved ones. Nice. Stranger in a Strange Land. Is this the bookmark? Yeah, I don't know why he was complaining about the bookmark being stolen. A Gargoyle Like Me. We've read this. Trees and Then Some. Previously titled My Life as a Woodcutter, this classic volume pleased readers more than 2 centuries ago. Most of it reads like a journal, with humorous commentary added by the author between groups of entries. Day 7. Today I received yet another order for more logs. Day 11. I am amazed at how frequently people are requesting my services. There is no longer any doubt to the rumors of the rapid growth of Britannia's urban areas. Day 16. Found new species of tree. Has silver-looking leaves that sparkle and grow quite large. Size indicates the trees like very long, but grow slowly. Day 28. Had an odd request for a few of these new silverleaf trees. Day 40. Number of requests for silverleaf has nearly matched that of ordinary trees. Wonder what they could want them for. I wonder why everyone has become so crazy for these trees. I doubt even one so insane as Lord British Chuckles would pass these off as any sort of precious meal. Although if anyone would, we all know it would be the man who carries so much weight with Lord British, the weight of wine bottles, that is. Ah, he just called Lord British drunk. Nice. Well, what's that? This is just an this is just an extra door, in case you need more doors in your Lyceum. All right, we got another place over here. Weaving by Carlin. It's a complete source book on the variety of patterns. Included are patterns for clothing, blankets, quilts, and sheets. The introduction even includes a section on weaving one's own cloth. Take the bale of wool and stretch it out across the wheel to make the thread. Once that is done, pull the thread across the loom and begin weaving. Surely that will have a nice stretch of cloth, from which cants make a variety of useful things. For variation, use different colored threads on the loom to create exciting patterns. What could be left but the ashes? Herein are the many essays covering an in-depth study of the aftermath of a volcanic eruption. The work was extensively researched and is filled with testimonials from many a survivor. The most interesting story is told by Fendora, a young woman from Minok, who claims to have experienced a volcanic eruption near every one of the 5 towns in which she has lived. We're gonna stop them walking around by opening our inventory. Oh, we've already read that. Land ships, we've read that. Up is out, nothing new. Follow the stars, not new. The right stuff, we've read it. Thy message received. Within this diary, oh, by Jillian. Within this diary, oh, by Forlem. He's the gargoyle. Oh, I should just shut up and read. Within this diary is revealed the poor treatment of the gargoyle race since the return of the Codex 2 centuries ago. To have noticed that humans remain... Oh, no, we have read this. Okay. Yeah, we did read that when we were in the Town of Racism. The Transitive Vampire by Corrine Elizabeth Gordon. This richly detailed tome is a handbook of grammar for the innocent, the eager, and the doomed. That's pretty nice. Birds of Britannia. Found here is the comprehensive guide to the avian species, beautifully, colorfully illustrated by many different artists. Surprising to many is that the silver-winged farsalot is not the most prevalent bird of Britannia, though arguably the most visible. Far more popular is the black-tipped grackle, but its prediction for dark, cool areas makes it considerably less visible. Cat, what are you doing? Kitty's trying to get all excited here today. Sorry for the interruptions. Nothing in the desk. Welcome back, my friend. Come back. Come back here. Oh my gosh, if I would just keep my hand on the keyboard, this would go a lot smoother. I'm going to bet that's Maria. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pause it once we get near somebody we can talk to, because they are just running everywhere. You see a woman who meets your gaze with an icy stare. What's your name? I am Zelda. What's your job? I am the advisor at the Lyceum. Lyceum. She rolls her eyes. The Lyceum is the building in which thou dost stand. It is a great library designed to house a wealth of knowledge. Though the structure has changed a bit over the past 200 years, the essence of learning has not. Advisor. Yes, she says, my job is to manage and regulate the events in the Lyceum. And, she adds, provide assistance to the people here in Moonglow when they need it. Ooh, events. I am in charge of maintaining the reading areas and bringing in new books. In addition, I help organize special group sessions for Jillian's tutorials and set up educational entertainment programs. Okay, what about the townspeople? I have little time for this, she sighs. I know only the Lyceum head and his twin, Brian, at all well. The trainer also studies here in the Lyceum. She looks up at the ceiling, as if reading from an invisible overhead list. Thou dost already know about the penumbra. Maria is here. If thou wishest to know about a member of the fellowship, ask the clerk there. Otherwise, she eyes you coldly, let me return to my duties. As an afterthought, she adds, and keep thy voice down. People are trying to read. Here we go. Trainer. Jillian, she's very well behaved. Also, quiet and tidy. I believe she's an excellent scholar. If thou art going to seek her out, try not to overturn any shelves. Some new books have just arrived, and I have not finished placing all of them. Penumbra. She shakes her head, muttering, Why doth he waste my time in this manner? Looking back up at you, she says, Penumbra is the sage who put herself to sleep 2 centuries ago. Rumor has it that only the Avatar can awaken her. I don't remember Penumbra from anything. Did we meet her in a previous game and I'm just not remembering it? Maria. Well, they say she used to be an adept mage, but all I see is a woman who wanders around complimenting the furniture. Thou mayest speak to her if thou wishest, but I doubt she will make sense to thee, and do not disorganize the shelves while looking for her. Lyceum head. Nelson is very competent, although a little eccentric. I do wish he would refrain from showing off his collection of trinkets to everyone who enters the building. It always makes such a commotion. Brian? Her chilly expression melts away. Brian, she says, smiling, is very open-minded and idealistic. He knows the heavens quite well. She looks up to emphasize heavens. I find him very attractive, but I do not know how to convey mine intentions. She turns away shyly. Unless, perchance, my lord, will aid me? She asks hopefully, Wilt thou agree to tell him for me, my lord? Oh no! What about Nelson? Oh no, I'll tell him. I mean, it is what it is. Thank thee, my lord. Thank thee, she blushes. For the kindness, I will give thee this white potion I found once while straightening the basement. Oh, good, thanks. Nelson's feelings. Nelson? I never really thought about him, she shrugs. I suppose he's not a bad second best. I will try, she says, smiling. New books. Yes, they arrived not long ago, including the recently rediscovered copy of De Maria and Spector's work, The Avatar Adventures. If thou canst avoid creating too much of a disturbance, I recommend it to thee. Avatar Adventures. If I tell thee this last thing, wilt thou depart so I may return to my job? Yes. We discovered the tome in the lower depths of the basement. We have no way to account for the accuracy of the contents, but have noticed many parallels between the events in the work and the events in Britannia's recent history. The book is a copy of the Avatar's diary, written about 200 years ago during his most recent visit to Britannia. Of course, she smiles sardonically, it has been annotated by others. It was recently published to give the general public more courage and confidence. And now, goodbye. Well, goodbye to you. Intrusive complexities of investigating a new species of flora in the land of Britannia. Read it. The Accidents of Armory. This book on heraldry. Yep, we read the book on heraldry. Broomer's Flora. Read it. The Apothecary's Desk Reference. Read it. Why does nobody in the Lyceum have new books? Why am I looking at myself? Hey, Maria. Be nice not to just shut the doors on people. Hey, Maria. You see your old friend, Maria. I don't like that the moon glow, portrait outline appears to just be this, weird silhouette thing behind their head. I don't understand what's going on there. Name. Surely, thou dost recognize thine old companion Maria. Yes, dost thou not recognize me? She pauses, leering at you. But who art thou? And where are my pastries? What's your job? She smiles. I have a very important job. I do. My, are these shelves not lovely? So neat and orderly. She looks back at you. Be careful. The inkwells are full, and the quills so sharp. She giggles. Shelves. Are not they the neatest, most orderly and well-kept shelves thou hast ever seen? They do an excellent job of maintaining them. Inkwells. They are always so full and ready for use. They are so good about keeping them filled and clean. The quills. Oh yes, they are quite sharp. Always there when one needs will describe a missive. They do an excellent job of having many ready at a moment's notice. Who are they? Yes, they do. Her voice turned sad. But I only sell. What do you sell? Yes, she agrees. I do indeed sell. I even spell. In fact, I even sell spells. If thou desirest regents, thou art out of luck. For I only sell those during one of the 7 weekdays. Wouldst thou like to know which day? What a lovely set of books thou must have. I have just the item for thee to match thy shelves, a potion. If thou wilt buy a spell or reagent from me, I will sell thee a potion for only its normal price. Okay, which day? Why, today! Thou art in luck. Buy a spell. Which circle others are in? Okay. First circle spells. What spell? Light, create food, cure, detect trap. We have all these. Potions. What does she sell? Orange and black potions. Okay. The cat has somehow come up with a plastic bag. I know not from whence it has come. Hopefully he's not making noises with it in the background. Reagents. What wouldst thou like to buy? Garlic. We need this stuff. We need garlic. 1 gold for a clove. Yes. Give me 20. Yes. Give me more garlic. We are always short on garlic. 20. Yes. Garlic. Yes. 20. In fact, I'm going to buy some extra garlic. This is more garlic than I would normally carry, but I want some extra. Magic root we're good on. I think nightshade we're a little low on. It's a little expensive. Woo! Nightshade is pricey. 6 gold. Well, we need it. Let's buy a little bit more. This is the exciting stuff that I did off screen with the other vendors to stock up on much needed reagents. Let's buy a little bit more garlic. I think I have enough mandrake root. Alright, so we're good there. Bye! Certainly, come back anytime and buy. Well, I'm sorry. It's sad to see that what has become of our once stalwart companion. Very sad. And we have this little white potion. Will it fit in our bag? No, it won't fit. Put it in do praise. Possession. But that should do us. Spider silk is the thing that I'm having trouble finding. It's just the one reagent that nobody seems to have. So if we ever find someone with spider silk, we better stock up. Alright, what do we have upstairs? More oh! It's library-tastic in here. Get ready, folks. The Dragon Compendium. We've read it. The Trio. Compiled from the music of 3 master bards, this full volume contains a collection of songs for a variety of stringed and percussion instruments. Complete history of the lute. Herein are the words penned by the illustrious master lute player himself. The voluminous work begins with a description of the building process and carefully leads to the music theory. I heartfully and willingly share my title with this young and very talented virtuoso, and recommend that they follow his words of wisdom well. Let's see here. Follow the stars. Read it. Stealing the wind. Kite building techniques thou hast never seen before. From the simple box kite to the mind-numbing crisscross butterfly, each kite is presented in several forms from beginning to end. At the end of the essay is a listing of wind variables and flying styles. We need to pause this up. Time's moving too fast on us. Trend 1, 2, 3, 4 through 17. This autobiographical, penned by the obtuse mage, reveals trans life in all of his incarnations, as he continually strove to possess more powerful beings. The Scent of Valor. Herein can be found the definitive word on chivalry, and the duties to a knight's liege. Thy message received. Read it. Clicked on it a second time. Up is out. Read it. The Light Until Dawn. Herein is the short book that discusses both moons of Britannia travel. Oh, we read it. Up is out. Read it. Shoot the Moon. Read it. My Lord Conduct. Found within is a description of the proper behavior for courtiers and courted individuals. The book reveals many different techniques for both polite and impolite seduction. Spring, planting, autumn harvest. Held within these pages is the explanation of agriculture in detail, including the much misunderstood mulching process. The middle section is an illustrated guide to many gardening implements. Too bad we don't have the Hoe of Destruction. We still haven't found a way to open that. Why good mages like black magic. We've read that. The Transitive Vampire. How the West Was. So far, nothing new. Oh, there are so many books. I don't know why we're just opening the door over and over again. We're gonna let the clock stop. "101 Ways to Cheat at Nim." Within this page of this tome are all the many ways to earn supplementary gold by gambling at Nim. Written by the originator of the game himself, this book covers in depth such strategies as claw first, question later, and there are no ways to skin a cat. To be or not to be. Knight's Bridge, in a nutshell. This is a board game for 2 players. Oh my goodness. It's a board game for 2 players. Each player begins with 3 pieces. The object is to move thy 3 pieces in concert in order to force the treasure from the center of the board to thine own side. All the while, thine opponent should be attempting to do the same. Each turn consists of a player either moving or pushing a piece, followed by a similar action by an opposing player. A legal move consists of placing one's piece in any adjacent occupied block or white square. A legal push is performed when a player forces a piece, either an opponent's or the treasure, one space directly away from his piece. The exception to the latter rule, making a push illegal, occurs when a player wishes to push a piece into the space from which it just left in the preceding turn. If any piece, excluding the treasure, is pushed onto a blue square or off the board, that piece is considered lost and is removed from play. The treasure may not be pushed off the board. To win the game, a player must push the treasure with a back row of squares on his side of the board. Ah, interesting. Were both those books the same? No. No one did not. A short treatise on Britannian society. Magic and the art of horse and wagon maintenance. I'm not going to read all of these. I'm going to put them up because they're getting long and we're running out of time in this video. But if you would like to pause it, I will let you read them. Because they're getting to be a little wild. Some of these we've already seen. In fact, most of these books we've actually already seen. We might... I wish I could just click and it would just say... say the title. I'll tell you what. We're not going to read all these books. I'm just going to say that now. This is more books than I can deal with. And Grug is really good at going through doors today. Just open all the doors, Grug, if you want to be that way. There's no particular book we're looking for. We'll read books as we come across them, but we're not going to read this entire library of books. All we know is Maria is here, and she is in bad shape. And we have a lot to do. So, folks, right now, we know we have to go to Turfin. We also know that we have to try and wake up this witch penumbra. Hey, who are you? Are you just a guard? You see a tough-looking guard who takes his job very seriously. Goodbye. Yep. Folks, next episode, we are going to see what's up with this witch who's been asleep for 200 years. And then maybe we will make our way to Turfin. Until then, now that we're done reading, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, we hope to see you soon.